Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Icenia campaign. Last time, we spent a great deal of time looking at this menu, and did a lot of internal politicking, mostly involving the unexpected and unexplainable collapse of the Orgatorii House right after their goal of forming a monarchy was accomplished, no less. So we adopted Keltrum into our family, as well as another member of his former house. This guy here, no, not that guy, hold on, who am I looking at? This guy here with a similar haircut, Boyrix Dubicus, he is going to be our rising star in the family, our only super good martial young guy. Doesn't have to be a guy because we're a Celtic nation, but either way, it just happens that he is. So that's pretty good. Now we're going to let these various armies and navies build up their morale. And while they're doing that, let's take a quick look here. So our disloyalty issue is not currently problematic, despite having quite a few characters who are disloyal. The reason this is popping up here at all is because of the sheer amount of disloyalty. But if you take a look at those last names, it's the Caledonia family at it again. We kind of screwed over that entire family by forming the monarchy, and they're all pretty upset about it. Not much we can do. We just have to kind of wait it out. Or, if we were really ruthless, we could try and actually just vanish everybody and just destroy this whole family, but that's not really feasible, especially with our current stability and legitimacy. So, yeah. Fortunately, the legitimacy malice is getting a little better each time, or each month or so. But we'll need to keep an eye on this. We want to keep the legitimacy as high as possible, otherwise loyalty problems will start to become more severe. This is a pretty difficult mechanic to just ignore, and everything will be fine. If you ignore it, it will not be fine. Things will start to go bad real quick. But, yeah. Our aggressive expansion is also not too... it's getting better, but again, we're about to potentially make it go way worse, so... In the meantime, let's go ahead and make use of our actual navy here and transport our troops up. And now I need to be a little careful because these folks may actually have navies, and our navy is not at full morale, but their navy also shouldn't be at full morale. I guess it might be, so I guess we'll see what happens. Anyways, now we're at wartime. Let's slow it down a little tiny bit and get this going here. Now, another question. Do I actually bump this up even further? 10% morale of army, that's pretty substantial. The cost is minuscule, upsetting the Icenia by 5%. I think the 10% extra morale is worth it. Well, actually, hold on. I should have numbers by far. So maybe it's not worth it. I think because the happiness of the Icenia, I care about it most translating to money, because the actual money effect is so minuscule, this is still worth doing. As for this, 5% for 50%, not as worth it. I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, trade goods. Really? Where did I get the extra horses? Okay. Trade with the Marinia, that's fine. Hey, I wasn't expecting more trade to come in. I'll take it, though. Alright, come on in. Oh, red-handed. Several nights ago, Indutior Maris Welbus, the royal tutor, was discovered helping himself to a sizable quantity of gold from the national treasury. So I'm so sorry, folks. I've got the sniffles. It's allergy season here in where I live, so my voice is probably a little harder to even understand than usual. I already don't have the most understandable voice sometimes, so sorry about that. This is clearly a serious crime, however, there is something to be said for sweeping affairs like this under the carpet. So who are you? You're a Welbii. So, your family. I'm just trying to keep the Urkii and the Welbii on board with the whole monarchy thing. The Caledonia are so mad with me. Fortunately, they're the weakest of the great families, but there could always be problems here. That being said, this one character is just some guy in the Welbii family. May be fine if we don't do anything too crazy here. So Donwin could get some popularity, which actually could be quite handy for legitimacy purposes. We could really weaken the health of this character and, yeah. Or lose popularity, become friends with this character. I think honestly, Donwyn is too old for a friendship with this random character to really be worth more than 10 popularity. If she was a young character just starting her reign, I'd consider a friendship with another young character possibly handy, but we'll just flog him and get the popularity. So, and did that affect this? Maybe a little bit. It's a little hard to tell. Anyways, let's see here. So we can embark the whole army on. Yeah, so there's 14. Actually, hold on. Let me actually count this. So there's 10. There's 7. Yeah, it actually just says it right there. I'm stupid. 17 cohorts. So we actually only need 17 ships to carry it around, but that's totally fine. We could even hire some mercenaries and put them on the ships too. Might be worth doing. I don't think these northern tribes will be able to do anything about us, though. They're going to have, at minimum, 4, 8, 12 units versus 17. Even in a one-on-one fight with all of their forces, we should be able to pull it off. They're also on the way to civil war in Brigantia, which is hilarious. Maybe that'll pop while we're over there. As for their navy, 0 ships, 2 ships, and 3 ships. Okay, so we definitely have the naval superiority once our morale is up, which will just take some time. Let's not stay on the ships too long. I think this gives us attrition while we're on the ships. Or maybe not, because we fit on the ships. Let's make our way north. I'm going to drop the folks off over at probably Dictium? Something else, too, I noticed before starting the episode is Window Landa has a pretty small population. I'm a little bit scared of it being depopulated, which I've kept saying this whole series is a big fear of mine, as it is. Oh my gosh. But I've avoided it so far because I've been lucky. However, one problem is I can no longer move tribesmen around. You could do that when you were playing as a tribe, but now that you are no longer a tribe, you cannot do that. So we have to just move slaves in to shore up the population a bit, so we'll do that. So we'll move in some slaves here, just to be extra safe. Yeah, that should be fine. Just a couple of people. There we go. Just so it's not so close to one population. Okay, let's go ahead and make our way up to... well, we could go around this way, actually. It would take longer, though, to do that. And we'd also be likelier to encounter the Carnoican navy. So let's actually come up to the River Albus. No, that's stupid. Let's go up to the Mare Germanicum and do it like that. All these modifiers, it will get annoying, but we'll just have to work our way through them. Okay, what's going on with our succession now? So I guess one person is still supporting our non-main heir? Really? Only one? Yeah, being in the Dubikai family is helping Keltrim's succession chances. So what's going on here? So the steward supports Inimicus Urcus instead of our chosen successor of Keltrim, Dewicus. This is annoying. If this character just died of natural causes, I would be pretty pleased, I'll be honest. Yeah, so it's just showing government employees, basically, who are supporting the non-preferred successor. Let's see here. Oops. Yeah, should be good. We'll worry about that later. It's not going to matter right now. The other thing I can do, actually, is I can go into the Omen tab and sacrifice? No, I need to have 50 political influence. Everything just costs political influence, I swear. The other thing I can do is cut down on war exhaustion, which I think this has honestly just been... It's still built up from that big war, the big northern war that I did recently. Because, yeah... Let's see. This costs tyranny to do, so that's totally fine. I think I will grab this, because 2 tyranny for faster war exhaustion is definitely worth it. Let's do it. Let's invoke the Devotio. Very nice. So until, let's see, monthly war exhaustion minus 0.05, which should be until 5th of December, 497. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. War exhaustion, I may... Actually, that may have been a little unnecessary, or actually almost to 0. For some reason, I read this as a different number, but that's fine. All it did is give us some tyranny, which is totally fine. We're going to probably get a lot of tyranny pretty soon from what's going to happen to the Caledonians, so should be okay. Now, let's keep our eyes peeled for that Texalian navy. Even though it's just 2 ships against 15 times their number, I could take damage while it's this low on morale. And with no ports around, we have to bring the navy back pretty soon here. All right, so let's have the levy, first of all, get into a better tactic than this. Now that our levy is one actual full army, we need to actually organize it. So let's have the, probably the light infantry in front, and then the heavy infantry in the rear is our best bet. Heavy infantry, put the chariots... I know the chariots aren't necessarily good flanking units, but this is, I think, the best we can do here. They are probably better at flanking than the other... Well, I could put the chariots in front and then have the light infantry be on the flank. I think the chariots will be better at the rout phase, the cutting down the enemies. Let's go with that. And as for the tactic, I think envelopment is going to be our best bet here. It's best effectiveness with our actual composition. And we do have a supply train here, so that's helpful. All right, just checking the time. All right, let's go ahead and send you into Dictium, and we'll proceed from here. Our morale's already looking decent enough to move in. And then once you're done, we'll move the fleet back south. All right, 1st of January, 493. This is getting better, but it's still not super good. Is this affected by your loyalty at all? I don't think so. We'll get there soon. It just takes time. 9th of January, all right. Back you come to Londinium. And then, once your morale is fully up, we'll send you looking for those fleets. Give you something to do. My Rising Star, Bjorks. All right, in you go. Actually, hold on. Okay, I need the Invention Quick March. Needs to be a Legion. Need Civic Advances 4. Okay. Just looking to see what's going on here. Basically the same. Actually, hold on. Wasn't there a Pirate Haven around here? I remember something like this. Yeah, down here. What do I need to do this? Oh, I need to have the Anti-Piracy Edict to do this. Okay, well, I'll get back to that. Anti-Piracy Edict. Need 1 port. I need professional sailors. Okay, so we're a ways away from that. Let's make our way to the fort. Our morale is good enough to be moving around up here. Not so scared of this 1,000 stack. The various nations here haven't merged their armies very well, so we're just going to roll in and outnumber them by quite a bit. He has to go the long way around to avoid that fort. There is a hole in the fort zone of control there just because of that, so it is what it is. All right, you want wood from Duratrigia, rather. Why am I producing more wood now? I don't know what's going on with that, but sure. The Brigantes, that's fine. All right, we can now get one of our ideas. Now, we could get permanent shipyards, but now that our navy is built, I don't feel it's as important to actually get this bonus. If we're going to expand the navy more than 30, that's a pretty far ways away. So other options, reinforcement speed and morale recovery. Versus morale of armies. Or we could get something else, of course. Our other options, we have the civic ideas. Standardized construction could be good, as we are probably about to do a lot of infrastructure work now that we are no longer a tribe. But, or commerce income, I mean, so much of our money is coming from commerce. 20 gold, you know, that's an extra 2.5 gold or something like that. Or 2 point whatever gold, maybe not 2.5. That'd be worth a lot of money to do it like that. I mean, Slave output's obviously good, but that's mostly going to affect the tax rate. Or we can now get a religious idea, so we can get the civilization one. This is handy, because I think our national civ level, what's it at now? 30%. That's good to get that. Or loyalty of subject states, not currently important. We may form subject states in the future, but it's not an immediate matter. Or monthly ruler popularity gain. It's nice, but I think we're going to be able to do a lot of things to keep our rulers popular without needing this. Let's not mess around here. Let's just go for what we know works, which is the commerce income. So much of our budget comes from commerce. Complex tariffs. All right. Meanwhile, in you go. Try and catch him over here. Yeah, this force has got the food capacity for days. We could use our money actually on some building projects. Now that I just said I won't be using my slot there for building stuff. For the building stuff bonus. Wow, I'm tired. Sorry, folks. We could do one of these endowments as well. We have 2 remaining. More import routes possibly. I think we should actually reorganize our import trades in our capital region. I think we'll do that actually. As our aggressive expansion is reduced, we're going to have more options available. Well, actually, hold on. I would need... Let me do this. I'm going to get one more import route. And then I'll use the second one for another import route. So I'll have 7 import routes. And then I also, if I went back to this, I'd get 2 more import routes. Especially once my aggressive expansion is low enough that I can actually trade with some people. I could have a lot of options, but let's keep it on this for now. I think this really is adding a lot. But then again, the import routes would just be for the various bonuses. Oh, that's a big difference. Let's not do that. It's like 4 gold if I do that. So let's keep it at this. The export value. We're just exporting so many goods. Let's not mess around with that. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. We'll take a look at our import situation once we have those extra routes available. And down we go. I'll certainly fight him in the hills. He's just giving me time for my morale to... Oh my gosh. You're really going over here. You jerk. Alright, I guess we'll follow you over to the eastern side of the mountains here. Into Caledonia. That's fine. We'll just stand there, alright. How many population are here? Okay. Whew. Don't even think about depopulating. I'm going to wait for this guy to make his decision. Is he going to stay there or move into Caledonia? I think he's making his choice. Once he's locked in, we'll pounce. There we go. Now, I just need to catch him. All these individual stacks have no threat at all to me. I just need to kill them off before they can mess up my territory. Maybe I should have built those forts along the border after all. This is kind of annoying. Because I didn't really think about it, but yeah, there's this route along the coast where they can sneak through, which is irritating. No, don't do that. I'll come back for you. Just wait. Let's deal with this force first. Really? Alright. Guess I'll take it. He wasn't locked when I made that move, so he had a chance to not do that, but he's committed. I'll cross the river and fight him in the hills. That's fine. Terrain advantages won't save him here. Look at that. Look at that thing there. Alright, that was a stack wipe. That was a really lucky stack wipe, actually. Let's rush back north to deal with these guys. Okay. So Donwin, yeah, I forgot that the levy actually is just controlled by the governor. So another thing I need to decide is the governor I'll establish in Caledonia. This is going to be an extremely important decision and something I'll be thinking about probably even between episodes if I don't get to it this episode. All right, let's go hunting for those fleets with our big fleet. May as well, we're paying for it, right? So once we kill those fleets, I'll probably just have this fleet try and blockade them in good hands. The ongoing war has taken up most of the attention of Queen Donwin as she leads her armies to inevitable victory. While Britannia does have bureaucratic momentum, there are many issues that await the capable hands of the legitimate monarch. In the absence of the Queen, Consort Segowax has taken on some of her responsibilities and is doing his best to address the most pressing concerns. Commendable. So this is my husband, the Chancellor. Get some prominence and loyalty. Let's see here. So as long as Donwin is the general, Segowax will attempt to assist her country. Cool. I'm fine with that. He's very loyal, or he's pretty loyal. And in a roleplay sense, he should be very loyal. He is the consort of the queen, so fingers crossed that he is on our team there. Alright, this is just super annoying. Ooh, hello. This is handy. Yes, come into my fortified mountains, please. Please do it. See how you like it. Alright, they're not going to do it. Alright, I'll try and catch you. Neglected hub. Consort Segowax has decided to put his considerable administrative experience to good use with a scheme designed to reassure the disgruntled cities in Dumnonia. The settlement of Olconum, which is this one here, is particularly vocal in its concerns, arguing that they repeatedly have been ignored and passed over in favor of the capital and other provinces. What are you talking about? Twice I made you the provincial capital. I destroyed the loyalty of your region to do this, or your province to do this. I destroyed my ability to build a port there like I wanted. And you're still disloyal even. Like, you can see how much I've been trying to support you, settlement of Olconum. While the queen is indisposed, the consort has drawn up a plan to fund the expansion of Olconum to ensure its future prosperity and assure the locals the ancient rights and importance of their municipality will not be dulled by time or ill fortune. So look at this. This is what I mean about this game. Because the monarchies have been given so much more love than the tribal mechanics, the moment we're a monarchy, all these crazy events are happening, all this cool stuff is happening. So, anyways, what do we do? One freeman in Olconum, reassured hub, loyalty, that's really handy. But political influence and money. Or, oh, that's really not great. Because the loyalty here is dire. I don't like it. But unfortunately, I cannot afford to mess up the loyalty in the province of Dumnonia after just waiting around for so long for it to be fixed. And I mean, an extra freeman, that's nothing to sneeze at, so. Alright, by all means, destroy my balance of political influence. Why don't you? Alright, I just gotta catch these guys. They can all merge up, actually. I'd prefer that, really. Makes it easier for me to attack them. Come on. What's my, yeah, this is fine. I could switch to ship capture chance or ship damage chance. Oh, these guys got different names as well. That's kind of nice. I'm not going to worry about that. I think since I'm so overwhelmingly strong, I will switch to boarding tactics. I'm going to try and capture some of these ships to just add them to my navy here. Anything that's not a Liburnian or a Hexere, I will probably just destroy. For those building larger ships, boarding was the preferable alternative to ramming. Naval catapults and archers would attempt to immobilize enemy vessels, allowing large contingents of marines to board and seize them. Alright, let's try and capture some ships, why don't we? Alright, we're going to catch these guys in the hills, that's fine. I guess we'll cross the river, sure, why not? Stack, wipe, stack, wipe, stack, wipe, stack, wipe. Come on, you can do it, I believe in you. It's probably not going to be a stack wipe, is it? But they're going to come attack me, and I'll be defending? Unless they get to here before the fight is done. Ah! Just about not. Alright. Now we are defending in the hills, and they're crossing the river to fight me, so that's hilarious. What's this? Commercial ventures. Okay, so that's that. That thing is done back here in Londinium. Let's go ahead and do... Oh yeah, this happens sometimes. We have to wait a month for this to reset. That's fine. All right, the battle is done. Killed some more. Good. What's this? Oh, nothing. Let's chase them north. Yeah, they're all going to go north. All right. Chase them north up to here, in fact. And look at this. We can actually split this army as we choose. This is incredible. Create your units. Look at this. Oh, you love to see it. So now this is the beauty of not having these tribal armies. You can split it as we like. So what do we need up here in Brumenium? Also, there's a port here, so let's look for that navy. That the Taxalian navy is probably going to be at port in Taxali, so let's go look for that too. What do we have here? Level 0 fort? Oh, it's not fortified. Oh, the fort's here. Level 1 fort. Well, this is free, alright. Let's just head there, I guess. Actually, here's what we'll do. We will split off a chariot to take that, and Donwin's main force will go to Odadini and start the siege there, just for slight micro purposes. Alright, no fleet here. Let's look up here. Unless the fleets are in somewhere else. I don't see it anywhere. Should be fine. No, it's not there either. Is this counting as a blockade here? I am blockading them, aren't I? Right? Do I not get the blockade? What's the issue here? I don't know. All right, let's come on over here to the capital of Caledonia. This fleet will be able to transport my army over up here pretty easily as well, so something to consider there. Now, what are we going to do in terms of our actual war goals here? Well, if we take a look at our missions, we need to control Votadinia first. So this is an obvious first step, which means owning it or having a subject own it. Now, I'm a little concerned. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's at a naval range? Shoot. Didn't think about this. Because I only have ports in my south, this is what's going to be the issue. Alright. I am scared of taking a lot of damage to these ships, so let's actually quickly run back into naval range and not try that anymore. So let's come back over to... let's come back to here and just kind of hang out around here. Hopefully that goes away. Anyway, so we want to control Votadinia. And then this sends us over to, like, what's it called? Hibernia and whatnot. This because it's a claim on Hibernia. So this gives us a way into Hibernia. Alternatively, this stuff up here, it's, yeah, so this is more long-term. Anyways, looks fine. What I could do is actually set up a client state here instead of controlling it directly. It's not bad to control directly. Again, it's, you know, culturally, it's a similar enough culture. It won't be a huge issue. The only issue is if I actually control it directly, I have to have a governor there who I really can trust to hold down my frontier well. We'll figure that out, I think. That's a bit more of a complicated decision. So let's just get back into naval range. There we go. Let's just have you hang out here by there. Yeah. Once we have ports that are further north and all the way down here, that's not going to be an issue. But should have thought about that, I suppose. Oh well. All right. Let's quickly grab this. Donwin's technically leading this little force here because it's part of the levy. Who knows how that works? She's in two places at once. It is what it is. That's fine, because she'll get the popularity for sieging the capital, so that's good. All right, get that. Sacking of Brumenium. We actually took a population. What's the population like? I don't trust this one. These aren't really worth that much, honestly. I think I'll just gently loot. I don't really want to depopulate this even by accident. And making people loyal to Donwyn could be an issue, but probably not. Let's gently loot Bromenium. Alright. Now come rejoin the main force, and we'll just merge you back in. Ugh. It's a tough call, because on one hand, I'm not really worried. Like, if I wasn't planning on permanently being in this area, like in real life Rome wasn't really planning on being north of here really ever permanently, then having territory I own directly would be problematic, because then I'd have to, like, you know, take care of it, and how much value could I get out of it? What are the trade goods around here? Anything really interesting up here? You know, furs, base metal, wild game. I guess, here's the thing. The woad is actually kind of valuable. Woad over here as well. So we got 3 woad. I don't have much woad down here. What kind of resources woad? Yeah, it's not a farming settlement resource. So I need... What? 13 slaves. Why does the woad not need as many slaves to produce? What? Does woad... Wait, hold on. Why is this different? What in the world? How is this being decided? Wait a moment. What? It's not that. I don't know how... Okay, I'm boggling in my mind. Either way, I don't know what's causing that. I can figure that out later. Either way, woad can't be reduced in the slaves you need based on the building you build, so that's something to keep in mind. So the resources up here, like if there was like gold up here, it might affect my decision, but I don't see anything really. There's nothing too exciting. It's just lots of, kind of basic resources. So nothing too crazy. There is precious metals over here, so this is a little bit more interesting. But aside from that, nothing too crazy going on. So resource-wise, this isn't great territory to hold directly, which is important to keep in mind, I feel. Yeah, so the alternative is, of course, I establish a client state of some kind, a puppet state, which could be interesting just to sort of see those mechanics. It may not be better than having the territory directly, but it would at least be interesting. And it might be a little easier than trying to deal with more provinces and a governor to take care of it. This whole area is going to eventually be fairly safe for me, because there's not really more people around here that can easily come in, so it's a very safe back area. Also, the siege is going to just take so long. We're getting really unlucky with these siege ticks. Yeah, so this whole back area is probably going to be pretty safe to just own directly. That being said, it's not super valuable. It will never be very populated, and if I own it directly, I'll have to actually colonize all this stuff myself to get it looking clean. So the alternative is I set up some sort of client kingdom and let them deal with this area. The terrain's really bad. It's hard to move around in. The resources aren't very good. There are all these problems. So all that being said, what do I think in the end? I think creating a client kingdom could be interesting, just because it's something I don't really get to do that often, and this is the sort of environment where I could do that. I could always integrate, or can I? Wait, hold on. Let's see here. Client options. I don't know if I can see that somewhere. Let me look actually in here. Provinces. Client state. Can I see what that does? I think client states can be integrated. I'll check that before making this decision, but I think it's possibly something I'll consider, just because it avoids me having to set up a governor, and then the governor can get really powerful. If I ever have a really weak monarch, like a monarch who maybe inherits really young and doesn't really have anything built up for them, and then I have a really old, veteran, elder statesman governor of Caledonia, there's going to be a problem here in my monarchy, right, if that happens. So I'm a little bit scared of that. So I need to avoid giving anyone that kind of power base. Plus, while I'm conquering this area up here, I'll be using the levy of Caledonia quite a bit, along with the levy from Icenia. So, yeah. Or, I mean, the levy from Britannia. Anyways, so yeah, so overall, it's tough to say what I'll need to do here. I'll give it some thought. Oh, these stupid guys are going to march south again, aren't they? Well, how far can they go? They'll need to stop here, so they either go around, but then they can only go here, or they go around through here. So there's only so... Oh, ooh, yikes, I just noticed this. We need to get this changed immediately. Move some slaves in from just somewhere. Mamukium, and not from Dewa, though. Is Mediolanum safe to move them from? Only one there, yeah. Okay, this is an issue. A lot of my tribesmen seem to have moved around. This whole area is actually pretty low population. If they take any of this stuff, it's going to depopulate. Shoot. Gosh, dang it. Alright, you know what? Hold on. We can detach a siege force, and then this other force can... Let's see here. Alright, we're going to do it like this. We're going to detach a force to siege, and then we're going to send a strike force with this portion to go try and catch this force before it goes south. And if it turns around to go try and lift the siege, we'll be right here. So let's do that. Alright, they're going to change their behavior. Let's relocate over here, and then we'll move back into the siege if they seem to be coming back again. We can hold them around here, so that should be fine. And then once this war is done, we'll need to revisit our population situation. Right now we're getting some siege events. That's good, at least. Oof, I got scared there for a sec. Also, our money is piling up, and we can definitely do this again. Let's entice the business investments. Good. Now, that first one was a little bit free because of that amber that we still were getting, so we'll reorganize this soon. No worries about that. Oh, hello there. Shoot. Alright. This train is so hard to move around in. Actually, hold on. Let's do something a little craftier. Let's use our fleet to get some fast movement here. This may be a little risky, because this force... Okay, let's be a little smart here. Let's detach the support, and also give that sieging force all of the chariots. Deselect. Merge these forces. This little force is going to go join the siegers, just to really shore them up and make sure they're not in danger of being destroyed by the various armies roaming around. You can pick up the first levy. Oh, I need to be in a port. Oh, no, I don't. Never mind. I can just do this the slow way. All right, looking good. Feels good to be doing army maneuvering again. This is what I live for. All right, we're on a special... Oh, don't go that way. Actually, no. I gotta go the long way. It's not that much longer, I think. Alright, let's just go. Fast as you can. Scare them away. And as that starts, that will be the place where we end this episode. Thank you so much for watching this action-packed episode of the Icenia campaign. Our war into Caledonia is starting, and our decisions about how we're going to organize this new territory will be quite interesting. One thing I know for sure is we'll have to make some tough choices about if we want to actually vassalize the nations directly, or conquer the land and then release them as vassals. Another tough decision. Anyways, I'll decide that in between episodes. I will see you all next time.